Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party asked the state Supreme Court on Tuesday to decertify the Legal Marijuana Now Party as a major political party. The DFL alleges the Legal Marijuana Now Party hasn't complied with the state's new election laws and that its recent nomination of a presidential primary candidate against her wishes illustrates the party's disregard for the law. DFL Chair Ken Martin also wants the court to order Secretary of State Steve Simon to bar Legal Marijuana Now from nominating a presidential candidate. Democrats have an interest in seeing the Legal Marijuana Now Party, one of the two parties driven to legalize what is now legal, lose its major party status. The other grassroots legalized cannabis party is now a minor party. Republicans have at times seemed to collude with the pot party candidates in an effort to siphon votes away from Democratic candidates in close congressional and legislative races, enraging some Democrats. The campaign treasurer for the Legal Marijuana Now Party candidate in the 2nd Congressional District race in 2022, for instance, posted a photo of herself with a flag depicting President Donald J. Trump, photoshopped as Rambo, holding a bazooka. I think that was actually a Trump card that they were selling.
Did you buy that one, Jason?
I think that was.
Did you pump it up that one? Did you buy into Donald Trump's latest NFT pump?
Yep. Major party status confers significant advantages, especially ballot access, negotiating the need for the expensive and erroneous process of collecting signatures to appear on the ballot. The Secretary of State's office declined to comment, citing pending litigation, and Dennis Schuler, chair of the Legal Marijuana Now Party, told the Reformer Tuesday he was unaware of the lawsuit, but said he wasn't surprised because the DFL and the GOP parties have long been hostile to outsiders. In quotes, "They don't feel like we're worthy of being part of the political system. They've made rules to try to eliminate us," Schuler said. Citing the new election laws passed by the DFL-controlled legislature, the Minnesota legislature last session created new criteria for major party status to qualify. A party must hold land conventions and have executive committees for at least 45 counties or legislative districts, and must submit documentation that includes the list of dates and locations on those conventions during a general election year. The DFL in its court filing includes correspondence between Schuler and the Office of the Secretary of State. Schuler, in this first letter seeking major party status, said the party held conventions in June of 2022 and April of 2023. In a second letter, Schuler said the June 2022 convention was for state congressional district, county, and legislative district conventions. The Secretary of State's office told the Legal Marijuana Now Party it needed to submit specific dates and locations of the conventions, and Schuler submitted a third letter, which included a list of the party's 2022 conventions. The list consisted of its state convention, 8 legislative district conventions, and 67 legislative district or county conventions, all held at the same date in June 2022 at an address in Bloomington and online via Zoom. The DFL in its filing said it was implausible for the majority party to hold all its conventions, including its state convention, on the same day at the same location and via Zoom. In addition, the Legal Marijuana Now Party stated a Facebook invite that the state convention was 1 hour long. In quotes, in its practicality and logistically impossible for 76 separate conventions to be held on one day, let alone 1 hour and in one location. The DFL's court filing states, it is infeasible for 76 bodies of delegates to complete the business of each unit in 1 hour at one location. The filing also states that the Legal Marijuana Now Party is ineligible to participate in the presidential election because state law only allows a major party to do so if it holds a national convention, and the DFL says in its court filing that it does not. The DFL also cited recent reporting that found that the Legal Marijuana Now Party candidates did not consent to being on the party's ballot for the presidential primary, and the Star Tribune last week reported that the party placed Colorado resident Crystal Gable in the Minnesota presidential primary without her knowledge, and Gable said she learned of her candidacy through a Google alert. In quotes, the Legal Marijuana Now party's disregard for the requirements of Minnesota's election law is underscored by its purported participation in the presidential nomination primary and designation of at least one candidate for that election who neither requested nor consented to appear on the ballot, that DFL said in its court filing. And the DFL said Simon, a Democrat in his third term, made an error in certifying the Marijuana Party as a major political party and asked the Supreme Court to correct it. The legislator legalized low dose. That doesn't even matter. That's pretty much the rest of the story, you guys. And in the final quote, it says, "It's a great symbol of what we stand for, but it's more than just the leaf," Schuler said. We don't dictate the candidates what and how they should believe. We just support them. Well. It sounds like a whole big old problem going on in Minnesota. It's not just beverages having problems out there, Rico. What do you think about this? I didn't even know that these parties even existed.
I think this is a movement, man. Like, people are not happy with the Republicans or the Democrats. And I know this is just the marijuana party or the cannabis, whatever they're calling it in this state, but you're going to see more and more of these parties popping up because people don't want this old bullshit, man. You got two 80-year-olds running for president, and you have all of their lackeys on a state level that don't listen to you, don't listen to what your needs are. I think we should open up on a federal level, at the very least. We should open up ranked choice voting and allow some other folks to get some shine and to push initiatives that actually come from the people.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever there's a DFL party, whatever, down for life, party. and whatever, you're gonna see more and more of these fringe parties popping up, and I think the actual Republicans and Democrats are not far off from being the minority. And
yeah, but here's the deal, right? It's dumb as dirt, and I don't mean living soil, to have a single issue political party because people have many concerns in their life. And to have a single issue, and I don't care what that issue is, whether it's the abolition of nuclear weapons, whether it's equality for all, parties have to have planks, and they have to have positions on many issues, and they have to appeal to all the concerns and considerations of their constituents. And if you can't get that figured out, I don't really know that you deserve to be on the ballot for anything.
I agree with that. And honestly, to me, it provides some more support and validity to the DFL party's claim that it's the Legal Marijuana Now party or whatever was really just a prop for the local Republican Party to siphon votes. Like that I completely agree with you, Yara. That my first thought was that seems like a very narrow scope to create an entire political party around, and you really hit the nail on the head the way you described it. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens in Minnesota, but it does sound like the party that's the plaintiff in this lawsuit might have some validity to their claim.
Yep, exactly. It should be definitely interesting, and we are gonna keep you guys posted on new developments.
Whatever happened to Redman's party?
I mean, in all fairness, when I first reading this, I thought that that's what they were talking about, and then realized as the article went on that it had nothing to do with them at all.
Right?
Yeah.
I saw
it's
DFL.
another
I thought we were back in. You remember DFL?
Yep.
Like, don't.
Down for life.
Get there, Laffy Taffy. I thought we were gonna get some snap rap going on.
Yeah.
Here. Girl, shake your Laffy Taffy.
Right, man.
I actually just heard that. I heard that song at a bar this weekend. It came out of left field. Of
course you did. You live in Austin.
Yeah. Dude, like,
yeah, I mean,
if that was playing at the bar that you were at,
we were down on 36 for a birthday party.
Yeah, I bet.
That bar most likely had $2 beers, did it not?
Yeah, they were like $2.50, I think.
$2.50. 2 for $5. 2 for $5.
Bars that play the Shake That Laffy Taffy and followed by Journey.
I think it was they saw a group of like 30 to 40-year-olds walk in the bar, and they were like pandering to the old guys at the spot because it was like pretty much all college kids otherwise.
Yeah.
Hey, watch it. If that's old, then I must be archaic.
Yeah, believe me, I felt an old man walking around there.
You said it,
I
Yara.
put on some Lil Jon, and me and my homeboys back in the day would stomp you the fuck out. Statute of limitations is
Yeah.
up.